As we've thought about the opportunity to move shopping and retail onto the blockchain, we've entertained and thought through and spent exhaustive time and research looking at the holistic supply chain. Everything from supplier manufacturing, logistics, and through like the shopping and commerce experiences. What research, data, and personal experiences have shown is that our intent and holistic focus is really around the shopper and brand experience end of things. What we believe is that's the highest value area of the retail supply chain. To decentralize, we think from a democratization standpoint, those key participants can be the catalyst for other supply chain impacts, as roadmaps and partnerships and as the space evolves. But looking at the demand end of the supply chain and focusing in on those retail experiences, the two key participants have been the brands and shoppers, and working towards creating a meaningful value exchanges for them in decentralized shopping experiences that we create and or partner with.
Yeah, I think there's also a piece of passion in this. I think we're this really interesting time where we've seen, like, privacy is in the headlines in a way that probably we haven't experienced in really ever our lifetime. Understanding, everyone's social security number has been hacked. Or at least most everyone's has been hacked, and if it hasn't, it will.
I have yours.
I thought so. I was wondering what I bought. No, but I think there's a passion for us around, or at least for me, around how we protect and how we understand how people share data with brands, with commerce experiences in general, in a way that is just more robust and safer and more understanding than it used to be. And I think at the same token, I think all three of us have worked with brands, we've worked with retailers, and that relationship between the brand and the shopper is the place where real innovation happens. It's the place where real great products are created and real great experiences are created. So I think, we all love commerce. I think we all love seeing the shopper flourish. We all love seeing the brand flourish. And while there's a ton of really interesting and well-documented ways that blockchain helps in the supply chain, really we think this is the place where we make the experience better.
Yeah, the simplest way I think about it is back to that marketplace narrative. If at the end of the day you don't have somebody making something desirable and a human that desires that thing that's willing to pay for it, if you don't have the producer and the shopper, you don't have a marketplace. You don't have advertising. You don't have, everything else is built on that relationship. And if we can help that relationship, it will catalyze so much of that innovation, so much of that satisfaction, so much of that value getting returned back to those two key participants. And the incumbents today have proven that by getting in between the producers and consumers, they can start to centralize so much of the system all the way up the supply chain. I think our hypothesis is that if we can get in there, that's where we're going to start decentralizing, and it'll roll all the way up the supply chain.
Yeah, and we think from a protocol standpoint, we think that from a data and exchange of value, we talk about just buying and trading of goods, but holistically, we think that decentralizing of those two key participants, moving their data sets down into a ledger, and then forcing external marketplaces or external participants to be able to gain access to a brand and our shopper's data through the appropriate permissioning and smart contracts, so that whether it's for an analysis or analytics, or it's to actually drive an e-commerce experience, the brand and the shopper are able to maintain control and upside and kind of have holistic value coverage of their data as it's leveraged and used by the ecosystem. Like, by no means do we think that a middleman that can connect a brand and a shopper in an interesting shopping app or a marketplace should go away. It's just that in order for brands to be able to be ongoing helpful participants in the ecosystem, their data needs to be maintained. And that's kind of where we come in, and inside of the co-op is advocating for the shoppers and the brand from a data standpoint.
Yeah, if we can use this emerging technology anywhere in the ecosystem, returning value to those shoppers and those producers is where we're going to start, where we can make a real difference.
Mm-hmm.